you see all of these young quarterbacks come in and start mastering stuff. I mean, Wentz is doing a West Coast offense here, and he's 3-0. What is Doug Peterson doing to get this kid up to speed? Is he simplifying the playbook at all, from what you could tell, Steve?
Oh wow! I'm looking at their their formations and then what they're calling, and I'm looking at this offense, and it's probably the purest West Coast offense that I'm watching on Sundays right now. And Doug was with us when I was with the Packers. And then, of course, he was with Andy Reid in his version of the West Coast offense, and it's a good system for Carson Wentz. I am so impressed with the kid. The only criticism I had last week with the guy is he wasn't protecting himself, and I didn't want him to. He had broken ribs in the preseason, and he's taken all these hits. So he ran out of bounds a couple times in this game. He's making good decisions. Hasn't thrown a pick yet in 100 passes. Amazing. And I'm watching them. We all are. They have a bye now. They can self-evaluate and really look at their self-scout and analyze things. But then, it's going to get a little tougher for the Rook. Their next 4 out of 5 games are on the road, Rich. At the Lions, at the Redskins, at Dallas, at the Giants, and the only home game is the Vikings. Great defense at home. So it's not going to be this easy all the way through. But I really marvel at these young kids, not just Carson Wentz, but there are several young quarterbacks in the league that are better than expected.
So based on what you're seeing with the West Coast offense, he's not pulling back the reins. I mean, he's letting loose full playbook with Wentz.
Of course you do. You give it to him as he practices and can absorb it, and you're going to run some of the same concepts with different formations and different personnel groups as he progresses. It's just a matter of how much you can practice and how much you can practice well. Now with a bye week, I'm sure they're going to add to his arsenal of what responsibilities on the line of scrimmage, when he can check to runs and passes and all that. But he's a smart kid now. Maybe he didn't go to Harvard, went to North Dakota State, but you know what? He's a smart kid. It's a heck of a school over there. But this kid's got it. I'm very impressed with Carson Wentz. He's got it.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on Audience.